Welcome to the world of Deo, world of assassins, warriors, mages, and epic fantasy. Imagine a universe where Avatar: The Last Airbender, Doctor Strange, and Arthal Chronicles were combined. You get Alchemy of Souls. We've longed for Korean high fantasy and we finally got it. We're now 6 episodes deep and the journey has been nothing short of spectacular. So what is Alchemy of Souls?
The main plot revolves around the mystery of Janguk. During a tumultuous time, Jangang, the most powerful mage, used the Alchemy of Souls to switch bodies with a sickly king. The king used this opportunity to produce an heir with Jangung's wife Doa. She goes on to give birth to Janguk, born with a king's star, the mark of the heir to the throne. Unable to accept this illegitimate son, he closes Janguk's gates of energy and disappears from the world, also forbidding the rest of the mage families from opening his gates. Jangung warns that should his gates be open, more attention will be drawn to him and his identity will be revealed, causing Janguk terrible suffering.
Now an adult, Janguk seeks to have his gates open in order to become stronger. He has trained with 12 masters and has been expelled 12 times. Then he meets Naksu, an assassin of the Danju who has a vendetta of revenge against the mage families for the murder of her own. Naksu is forced into casting Alchemy of Souls, switching bodies with a frail blind girl. Janguk discovers her identity and wishes to be trained by her, but she can't do much in her current body, so they come to an agreement that she would train him, so he could help her reclaim her own energy that her current body cannot handle.
We've been looking all over for some high fantasy. When it comes to that stuff, the Chinese dramas that we watch are typically the best ones to watch, with cultivation, levels of mastery, and realms of transcendence with like the heavenly realm and the divine realm. And now Alchemy of Souls serves to be one of the shows for Korea.
Oh my goodness, I love this show. I mean, ever since Arthal Chronicles, we've been looking for shows that cover this type of deep fantasy, right? Like all of that realm kind of usually belongs to Chinese dramas with their, cultivation and their wuxia and the shansha genre. But you barely get this type of stuff from South Korea, especially in the form of a K-drama. But this is so amazing. The world is fantastic. It's amazing. Like we said in the intro, it's like Doctor Strange, Avatar: The Last Bender, and Arthal Chronicles combined into one.
Yeah, so like whenever we deal with high fantasy with Korean dramas, it's typically the shows that have the martial arts, but also it has just powers. In this case, they've gone the extra route where they've laid out the levels of mastery, the names of the techniques that they're using, and it's a step further going into that kind of thing that makes it that high lore, high fantasy that the cultivation that we watch from Chinese dramas are typically showing. And it's weird seeing it, but it's also amazing because we have like levels like Jipsu, Ryusu, Chisu, Hwasu, and now our first technique that we learned up to episode 6, which is Tansu, which is a swordsman technique that is like shooting energy from your sword.
Flicking the energy from a droplet of water from your sword.
Yes.
Yeah, one of the dramas that we probably should have mentioned, as well as it pertains to like the combination of what this drama is Evernight, right? Like,
yes.
We're in episode 6 now, and Janguk is training to be like more powerful, controlling the torrent of energy that Hyum gave to him.
Yes.
And he's trying to train himself so that he can go up against the Crown Prince. And this is one of those things in that journey, in a hero's journey, where you see the brash young hero trying to become a master at something, and
equally lazy.
Yeah, and equally lazy and like arrogant and all of that stuff before he matures enough to get to that level, right? And this is like, I was talking to Element. I was like, this is kind of a filler episode. It's just them kind of wallowing about in the deep forest trying to train, but a sense of humor is interjected into the episode as well, and marriage is being proposed. And now we get to the end of the episode where it leads us to believe that Mu Deok is missing.
So she disappears into a mirror of some sort, seeing her reflection of, I guess, another half of herself that's inside the Jinyo Wan treasure vault.
What is that mirror?
And so like we were kind of ruminating on whether or not like the different mage families have different specialties, and this is the first that we've seen, at least up to episode 6, where the Jin family seems to be like the curators of artifacts and treasures of the magical persuasion.
Yeah, like if you think about like an RPG game, you collect these emeralds, you collect these magical artifacts to boost your powers, right? Like I feel like they're the mages of that type of faction, where other mages,
the artificers,
something like that, where other mages go to them to boost any kind of skills that they have or any kind of magical spells that they're working on. So they're the apothecaries. No, not the apothecaries. Artificers.
We've watched the Chinese drama with artificers, right?
Yeah.
They were like shaping and tinkering with like stones and ore to make magical items.
Yes.
And so that would be the equivalent. We don't know too much about all of the other families. But we do have, like, for example, Hoyum, who is the
apothecary,
the leader of the infirmary of Songrim, but that he's not one of the families. So we still don't have any information about the other families, but we do know that Mu Deok has disappeared into this mirror, and that's where we're left off. And you know, just to address the filler thing, like, these episodes are long.
They're long.
They're really long. I think up to an hour and 20 minutes, and so we will get like this substantial story and narrative driven first half, and then there's going to be like a third of the episode where they're just running around and doing errands.
I know right now
because he was learning Tansu and he was making progress.
He was progressing, yes. Like the other thing about it is that mirror is almost like the mirror of from Harry Potter, where like you see something that you're wishing for,
your desire,
but in this case it's kind of almost like the Jekyll and Hyde. It's like the Hyde of the Jekyll. Like the evil side is caught in that mirror, and if you were to connect with that mirror, that evil side of you controls your body. That's kind of what I am theorizing what's going to happen here. The next couple of episodes is going to be Mu Deok not being herself.
And it's going to be that they're going to find out her identity, apparently. You know, a lot of people are catching on now, putting some dots together and seeing, you know,
especially Yul.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And Yul had this kind of past relationship with Naksu where she lived, Dang Young Hook, where they exchanged a few words and had like this semi-relationship, and now he's starting to realize, you know, how much he's remembering of her and how much of Mu Deok currently reminds him of Naksu, or the girl that he knew from the mountains. And then we have Jinmu and the Danju, who are finally putting the pieces together that like Mu Deok is in all of these places where things are happening. You know, she's in the wrong place at the wrong time, or at least for them, the right place at the right time. Exactly. And you know, according to the preview, someone is saying, so Mu Deok is Naksu. So someone finds out.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the progression. I can't wait to see the fight between him and the Crown Prince. And I'm just so curious about the Hemp Master Lee. Yeah. You know, our MVP from Vincenzo days, he is back, and now he's like this master mage who I don't know, has mastered all 4 stages of being a mage, maybe plus one up there. I don't know.
Yeah, so like the upper levels or the upper echelon of the cultivation of this world hasn't been revealed. We've just learned about Hwasu, which is like higher levels than Chisu, and we don't know what it does, but we have some theories, so we are going to do a video on that, so stay tuned for that. We're going to try to explain the lore and the mythology around the levels of cultivation for this show and the world of Deo. But that'll do it for this video. Let us know in the comments section what you guys think of Alchemy of Souls. Is there some kind of show that we've missed, like in the past of K-dramas, that is like this, like doing the cultivation stuff with the levels of mastery and skills and powers and high fantasy? Just leave it in the comments section so that we can check that out. But if you guys have any opinions on the show and want to tell us what you guys think of it, leave that comment in the comment section below. But as always, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe, hit the bell icon to turn on notifications. But as always, this is what we're watching this Sunday. We'll see you guys next time.